Hi, boys and girls. I want you to grab out of your packet for activity time today a picture, the paper that says parts of a plant. So go grab that. Pause your video and then go grab that paper real quick. Okay, great. So we're going to talk a few seconds about different parts of a plant, since that's what we're talking about this week, and then we'll do a short story, okay? So the first part of the plant that starts to grow, well, for first part before you even have a plant, is, I don't know if you can see it down there in that picture, but do you see that little black, kind of like an oval? That's the seed. So you have to plant the seed in the soil, and then of course we need water, and we need sunshine, and of course we need the soil to help grow our plant. So you plant it in the ground, and then once we give it some water and it has some sunshine, it starts to wake up, and then it starts to form. Do you see these right here? These are called roots. Can you say roots? Good job. So these roots are what help get all the nutrients out of the soil, helps also to get the water out of the soil to feed the plant. So then once it starts to bloom and grow, it starts to shoot up this part of the flower, which is called the stem. Do you see this word right here? So this part of this flower is the stem. The stem is it's not exactly, but it's kind of like a straw. And so are the roots. And so when God makes it rain to water the earth, the water goes into the soil, and that's where the roots are. And the roots start to suck up the water and suck up the nutrients that go up the stem. And then after that happens and it starts to get stronger, it pops out. What do you think those are called? Yes, you're right. Those are leaves. That's right. So here's the word right here, leaf. And you can see that the arrows are pointing to the different pictures, or the different parts of the plant, excuse me. And so then it starts to grow, and it gets stronger, and it gets sunlight, and it gets more water. And then it starts to bloom this part of the plant. What do you think that part's called? If you said flower, that is exactly right. It is the flower. And this part of the flower right here, these are called petals, which it doesn't have an arrow pointing that, but this word right here says flower, which is the top part right here. And you're welcome to color this sheet. We're just learning about the different parts of our plant. So I wanted you to be able to see it, and then Mrs. Bartlett just felt like coloring it. And you can color it any color you'd like, okay? All right, so I'm gonna stick that over here, and then we're gonna listen to a story really quick about a little seed, because we just talked about a little seed, right? All right, so let me find my pictures. Okay, so far down, I don't know if you can be able to see that from there. Well, you know what? I'm going to show you first, and then I'll put it on the door. How about we do that? So let me hold you this seed so you can see that. See that seed? It's sleeping, and it has Z's on it going zzz, like it's sleeping. So far down in Mother Earth, a tiny seed lay asleep in the nice warm jacket. The seed had been asleep for a long, long time, and now somebody thought it should wake up. This somebody was so let's put our seed right there. This somebody was what is this guy? He's an earthworm, you're right. He's an earthworm. So somebody thought he should wake up. So this somebody was an earthworm who lived close by. He had been creeping around, and he'd seen that all the other little seeds in the neighborhood had roused themselves. That means they woke up. They were pushing their roots down into the earth. Remember, we talked about the roots right there. They were pushing their roots down into the earth and lifting their heads up through the soil into the nice bright sunshine and fresh air. So when the worm saw this sleepy head, he said, "Hey, wake up! Every one of your neighbors is awake and growing." And he said, the little seed, who's still kind of asleep, he said, "How can I grow in this tight jacket?" said the sleepy seed. "Push it off," said the worm. The little seed tried and tried, but the jacket wouldn't come off. So let me show you this picture. Look at him, look at his face. He is trying so hard to push his jacket off, but he can't. He can't. He's awake now, so he's not sleeping anymore, but he can't get out of his jacket. Oh no! All this time the worm was telling him how happy all the other seeds were now that they had lifted their heads into the sunshine. Oh dear, oh dear. I will never see the sunshine and smell the fresh air, said the little seed with a yawn. Oh no. And he fell back asleep. Man. Oh goodness, I lost my place. Hold on. Okay, he slept soundly for a long time, but when he woke up, he found his jacket soft. Ooh, and it was wet. And when he moved around, his jacket popped off. He felt so warm and happy, he cried out, "Who are my friends that have helped me get ready to grow?" So we're going to put this guy up here with our worm. There we go. Okay, so we have those guys up there. "I helped you," said a little voice. I wonder who that voice is. Remember we talked about what seeds need, right? They need soil. They need, what would come down from the sky that would be warm and it would be bright? Good guess. They need sunshine. So here's sun with a very strong beam. See how he's shining? And he's shining down on, that's what he did. That's how he warmed up the seed. I helped you, said a little voice. "I'm a sunbeam, and my friends, the raindrop, and I came down to help you." So here we have a picture of some raindrops. So I'm going to put these up here so you can see the sun and the sunbeam and the rain. The rain came down. There we go, right on top of that seed. "How did you know that I was here?" said the little seed. "Well, God showed us where you were," said the sunbeam. "How can I thank you for helping me grow?" asked the seed. "Oh, you just go grow into the very best plant you can," said the sun and the raindrops. And that's just what the little seed did. So remember, when you have a seed and we need to plant that seed, what does it need? It needs somewhere for the roots to grow in, so it needs dirt. It needs water, and it also needs sunshine, right? Okay, friends, that's all for today. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.